And look, you know that feeling? You're sifting through the mail, junk, bill, a coupon for a 2-for-1 sub that expired last Tuesday, and oh God, that one. The official envelope from the county about your property taxes. Your stomach doesn't just drop, it evacuates like a startled intern when the CEO asks them a direct question. You're not worried it's a $50 hike. You're worried it's a sell a kidney type number, an impossible number, a number that prices you out of your own home and puts you one step closer to the street. And as thousands of people in the comments on my last video said, that is the real threat, homelessness. Well, I'm here to tell you that anxiety is 100% correct. That letter is a weapon, and it's part of a deliberate, coordinated plan to use your home to pay their debts. And today, I have the receipts that prove two things. One, this is a beta test hitting 10 states right now. And two, they've built legal traps so that even if your home loses value, your taxes can still go up. Crazy, right? And it all starts with this clip.
So we've been trying to bring down the spending, and we are going to grow the revenue side.
A thrilling snippet, I know. It's basically C-SPAN's Fast and Furious. But that bland beige sentence, we are going to grow the revenue side, it's politician speak for we are coming for your wallet. And they're starting with the biggest wallet you've got, your house. For a year, I've been calling this the assessment trap. The idea that they'd use inflation as a cover to quietly pass the largest property tax hike in history without a single vote, to use your house to pay down the national debt. And when I first said this, people called me a fearmonger and clickbait and to take off my tinfoil hat, all the usual stuff. And I know exactly what half my audience is thinking, because you were right to call me out for it on that last video. Wait, property taxes are local and state. That money doesn't go to the federal government to pay the national debt. And if you said that, you're 100% correct, but you're missing the two-step backdoor connection. This is the part they don't want you to see. First, the inflation pipeline. The federal government prints trillions to service its debt. That inflation artificially inflates the value of your home. Your county assessor then sees that new value, assesses it, and bam, your local tax bill explodes. The federal action creates the local tax. Second thing, the federal squeeze. As the national debt gets worse, what's the first thing the federal government cuts? Funding to the states for roads, for schools, for programs. When that federal money dries up, your state is left with a massive budget hole. And how do they legally fill that hole? They come right back to you. They raise sales taxes, they add fees, and most of all, they ratchet up the one tax they have full control over, your property tax. That is how the federal debt becomes your local problem. So put on your shiniest hat now, because the crazy part is here. This is not a theory. It's a full-scale operation. I've found 10 ground zero states where they are stress testing this right now in November 2025. This isn't just, oh, my home values went up. No, they are sending shock and awe numbers. In Ohio, counties are seeing 28%, 37% increases in a single reappraisal. And they're already warning residents to brace for another 25% hike. That's not an assessment. That is a ransom note. But it's not just Ohio. In Texas, they've perfected the new build trap. You see, the first year you pay taxes on the land. The second year, then they really get you. They reassess the full home and your bill spikes 300 to 500%. That's not a tax bill, that's an eviction notice. But the real villain here isn't just the number, it's the mechanism. It's the hidden bureaucratic infrastructure they've built to make sure you can't fight back. So how are they legally getting away with this? Because it is so diabolically evil. They are writing that trap into the law. This is the proof. This is the mechanism that makes you feel like you never truly own your home, because you don't. You are just a renter and the county is your landlord, and they are changing the lease. I mean, let's look at Florida. Florida has something called the recapture rule, which, yes, sounds like a terrible Jurassic Park sequel, but it's so much worse. And I know exactly what you may be thinking if you've been keeping tabs on the Florida housing market, because Florida, they're trying to eliminate property taxes altogether. I mean, I saw the proposals, and you are absolutely right if you've seen them too. But you got to ask yourself why. Why would they be proposing something so drastic? Well, it's because the current system, the one that's law today, it's so predatory that it has become a political emergency. That elimination bill is a proposal for the 2026 ballot, and it's already caught in a political fight. But the recapture rule, that is the current law. That's the trap that's active right now. In fact, voters actually rejected a proposal to abolish this very rule back in 2012. The elimination idea is the someday promise. The recapture rule is the right now trap. And the recapture rule says, and I'm not making this up, that even if the market value of your home goes down, your assessed value, the number you pay taxes on, can still go up by 3%. Yep, you lose equity, but your bill goes up. It's a heads I win, tails you lose scam. It's like your shadiest casino buddy betting you $100 that you're gonna lose a hand. And then when you win the hand, he still takes your $100, just because. And it's legal. This is kick a puppy legal code. This is something a cartoon villain would write. And it's still not the worst part. Look at Michigan. They have the uncapping law. When a home is sold, the new buyer, these happy, unsuspecting people, their tax value gets uncapped. The person who sold them the house paid, say, $3,000 a year in taxes. The second these people sign the deed, their new bill is $9,000. Welcome to the neighborhood. Hope you like eating drywall for dinner. Then there's California, which has weaponized bureaucracy. They've set 2 different appeal deadlines depending on your county. 11 counties are September 15th, the other 47 are November 30th. Why would they do that? It's designed confusion. It's the same in Illinois, where the spikes are so bad, over 50% in some areas, that they had to grant extensions on penalties. They know it's impossible, but they're doing it anyway. This is a rigged game. So how do you protect yourself from this? This is the moment. This is the part where most people freeze. They get scared, they get angry, they go online, they write a furious comment, and then they write the check. That is exactly what they want you to do, but you are not going to do that. This is not the time to be the victim. This is the time to be Jason Bourne, a bureaucracy fighting Jason Bourne. Bourne doesn't panic. He calmly assesses the threat. He uses their own tools, their own aggression against them. That notice in your hand, that assessment trap, is their tool. And here is the playbook to use against them. The single most important piece of information on that notice is the appeal deadline. This is their kill switch. If you miss that date, you are legally trapped for the entire year. And they are counting on you to miss it. You know, in Pennsylvania, for Philadelphia residents, the deadline for 2025 assessments was October 7th. It's already passed. For thousands of people, the trap has already shut. In Colorado, counties mail notices and give you as little as 30 days from the mailing date. Your only job today is to find that date for your county. Circle it, put it in your phone, set 3 alarms. Don't miss it. Do not wait to gather all your evidence. Do not spend 3 weeks thinking about it. And you can quickly look up your county's date at fightmyassessment.com. Almost every county has a simple 1-page form or an online portal to begin the appeal. This is your intent to appeal. Filing this stops the clock. It gets your foot in the door. It tells them, I am not rolling over. And you can gather all of your evidence later, but file the intent now. So next, we go on offense. You don't have to be a lawyer. You just have to be more prepared than they are. And they are counting on you to not be prepared. You need to prove your house isn't the perfect Zillow listing their computer thinks it is. Take pictures of everything that's wrong with your house. A leaky roof, a cracked driveway, that kitchen from 1982, a foundation issue? Good. Be brutal. List everything. Find 3 to 5 recent sales of homes similar to yours in your immediate neighborhood that sold for less than your new assessment. The statistics show that up to 60% of people who appeal their property taxes win, or at least get a reduction. Think about that, 60%. You've got a real shot. The game is so rigged in your favor, you just gotta show up. This is the part where they expect you to just give up. So the rich and the powerful, they've got lawyers to fight this. They are counting on you to be too scared, too busy, too confused, or too broke to fight back. But the 60% win rate stat proves this is a game you can win. Your home, it's not their ATM. It's your fortress. Defend it. And that brings us to the next problem. Because fighting your local assessor, that's one thing. But how these 10 states here are taxing their ignorant citizens, it's insane. So I broke it all down for you in this video. I mean, did you know some cities are now taxing your weather? For real. I mean, among other crazy things, these quiet stealth taxes hidden in your utilities, your parking, your trash, and your city developments, they all add up. And you never even had a chance to vote for them. Check it out to see what your city is sneaking in your bills.